Hello Pisces, it is time for your mid-December update. We'll start off as usual with an oracle card to find out what your primary theme or energy is here in the second half of the month. And you have body connection, reclaiming the power of your body. So this feels like, oops, let me get that down over a little bit. It doesn't have to be serious. That's what's coming forward. It doesn't have to be intense. It needs to be joyful. There needs to be a sense of play in there. You need to connect on an emotional level with your body and associate it with joy whenever you can, or associate movement with joy. Movement of your body should be fun. So think dance, maybe skipping, playing in the water, splashing in puddles. What else could we be doing? Doing like hopscotch. Things like that. Things that are joyful, things that are fun, things that you can get into. Swing dancing, for whatever reason, that's popping forward. You need to enjoy doing it. You need to have fun. You need to emotionally connect to it. Not just the activity that's helping you connect to your body, but associate your body with joy, with love. So this is all about falling back into love with the vessel that you are, that's carrying you, and treating it with care, treating it with joy, treating it with a sense of playfulness and love. Reclaiming the power of your body. You can't go anywhere on this earth without it. You can't do anything tangible on this earth without it. You can't connect eye to eye with people without it. You cannot connect touch to touch with others without it. You don't have tactile sensations without it. Our bodies are here to carry us as far as we're willing to let them. As long as we're taking care of them, as long as we're honoring the gift that they're giving us here on this earthly plane. So this feels more like a change in perspective and making sure you're having fun with it. That's how you're going to reclaim your power. You need to feel connected. You need to feel into it. And it can't be something that feels monotonous and plodding and required and routine. You've got to have that sense of play. You've got to allow yourself to have that sense of play and joy. Even if you think you might be looking silly, you know what? Look silly if you're having fun. Is it really silly if you're having fun? I mean, isn't that the point of being silly, is to have fun in the first place? So, enjoy yourself, dance in the rain, and laugh while you're doing it. All right, let's see what your tarot cards have to say for the second half of this month. We have the Two of Swords, the Tower, the Three of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and the Three of Swords. So, right off the bat, you need to find a way to embrace the joy, the playfulness, the good things that are going on around you as you're going through some change. Some of it a little sudden and unexpected. You can't control it. It's happening, and it's happening because it needs to in order to move you forward. Because if you're like stuck in a rut, the universe is saying it's time to clear that out. It's time to make you move on from whatever that is. You will have a team. There's some people you can trust as you're working through this, and maybe they're your silliness partners. Maybe they're the ones who help you focus on the positive things. But it's going to be important for you to do that in order for you to process and move past it. So, clearly from that, you know that we got some tough cards coming up ahead. So, we're starting off here with the Two of Swords. Swords in general, it's an air element, and this is going to be about communication, decisions, logic, beliefs, and ideas. The two is indicating you have a choice to make here. It doesn't matter which way you go, so you need to trust how you're feeling about it. That's how you're going to decide this decision. You don't need to know all the facts, or you may have all of the facts and the figures and know exactly what the destination is or what the path is to get there, even if you don't know what the outcome will be exactly. Maybe you have two different distinct paths and you're having trouble deciding which way to go because they pretty much equal out, right? One isn't any better or worse than the other. But you have to make the choice here. If you decide not to, if you try to abdicate this decision to somebody else, you will not be happy, period. So you're the one who has to make this choice. Knowing what you know right now, because you can't know what you don't know, recognize that you can make your decision based on the information you have now and how you feel about each of the options. Whichever one feels the best for you, that's going to be the right one. Trust how you feel about it. Trust your emotions. Trust your intuition here. That's what should have the leading edge as to which option you pick. And then we're going to hit the Tower. The Tower is a major arcana card, and this is a card indicating something is going to be torn asunder. Something is going to be ripped off the foundation, removed from your life because it is not serving you. It's crumbling. Maybe you've been patching the cracks for a while now, trying to make it work, trying to fix it, trying to get it going, trying to keep it up. And the universe has said, no, you need to stop focusing on something that's not working. So boom, it's going to be removed. What it does, though, is allow you to start something fresh on solid ground. Build your own solid foundation, something that works for you, something that is very stable, steady. You can rely on it. It's always going to be there. And you're the one who owns it. You're the one who's participating in it. So you know the quality with which you're building it. Instead of this other thing that's maybe somebody else put on you, or maybe you inherited in some way, or you took over some responsibility for something, but it's never quite been right. It's going to happen somewhat unexpectedly. Most of you can't even see this coming, but it's going to be gone. It's going to be removed. It's going to be eliminated. And that's so that you can move forward and you don't have this weight holding you down anymore. It does feel like at first it's going to be shocking and there's going to be that initial outburst of emotion. But then there's going to be a sense of relief, of recognizing you don't have to keep turning and working on that thing or patching it up or seeing what's going on. The drama is not going to be there anymore. And now you can focus on what you want to include in your new foundation, in your new tower. And you can build it right and to your specifications. But it is going to be shocking and sudden kind of event. And then we have this Three of Pentacles. Now this is indicating a team of people working together to build something. Something that will be very successful. Something that is going to be solid. So these are people helping you rebuild after this. These are the people you can count on. Each of them have their own distinct skills, but together the three of you are very good at what you do and you work together really, really well. And it can only be a success when you're working together and trusting each other's skills. So exchanging ideas. Somebody's going to have the plan. Somebody's going to have the practical skills. Somebody may have the budget. Whatever it is, together, you guys can do this. You can build something new out of the wreckage of what was left behind here. And it will be incredible and it will benefit all of you. All of you. And maybe more, but opportunity seizing is going on here. Then we have this Four of Cups sneaking in here. Fours in general are indicating a solid foundation. So even though you had this thing happen suddenly, which threw you for a loop and it's confusing and it was frustrating and having to juggle things and figure it out and come together with these people to come up with a plan and get things moving for the future, bigger and better maybe, there is still going to be this sense of, well, what if? What if? It's a feeling of apathy a little bit, which could be very natural after a big change. What if you had done something different? What if this? What if that? Am I missing out on something? What if I'm missing out on something? Apathy, meh kind of energy too. There's a sense of dissatisfaction. I feel though it's more about wondering if there's something more, wonder if there's something you could have missed. And yes, there is this other cup out here in this case. But you need to focus on the ones you have before you, the ones that you can really count on. And maybe this has to do with, maybe you're thinking emotionally that you should be including this other person on your team of rebuilding. But be very careful with that, because is this other person, this other connection, maybe the reason the foundation was unstable in the first place. Perhaps they should not be included in the planning, in the building of this new thing. Maybe it's fine to have that more distant connection with them, have them on the outside of the circle for now, and perhaps later they can come back in, but right now you need to focus on building something solid, something that's going to support you whether or not this other connection is in here or not. Focus on what you know, on the quality that you have, on the stability that you're building for yourself first. Then we have this Three of Swords. It's a card indicating kind of heartbreak, but it's heartbreak over the ideal or idea of what something could have been. There can be anger and disappointment that things did not turn out the way that you wanted them to or expected them to. Probably more expected them to. There is a sense here, though, that you had an inkling that things were not quite right, but you were trying to hold on. So this all feels related here. Hold on to it and make it work. But maybe you found out, well, the other person wasn't doing their part to make it work. And that's where that disappointment comes in. You saw the potential there and you were working toward that potential, but the other party was not. So there's broken promises there, because this is swords, right? Communication. Not necessarily connections, but words. Maybe they were saying one thing and doing another. They couldn't back it up. So you have a sense of disappointment there and frustration, because you did see that. You did see that along the way, but you kept trying to give them the benefit of the doubt because you love the idea, the potential that was there. Now, initially, this is not going to be an easy thing to get through, right? Have the good cries. Be angry. Yell into your pillow. But ultimately, once you recognize that it was the idea that you were attached to and in love with, and not the person, the idea, you're going to feel better, and you're going to feel like you made a lucky escape, and now your eyes are open and you know what to actually look for and not attach it to the idea of it. You want the reality of it in the future. So it's very healing for you and empowering for you in the end. And I think because we still have this body connection here, and reclaiming the power of your body, I think part of what's going to help you move through all this changes and upheaval that is going on here is to connect with your body, is to try to find play whenever you can, to splash in those puddles, to paint on the walls, silly things, to pick out maybe bold and weird colors and try one thing or another, but have some fun. Dance in the rain. Give yourself grace and some fun along the way. And that, Pisces, is what I have for you for your mid-December update. Please hit that like button. Please share this with others. Please comment below on whether this resonates with you or not. And most of all, please subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.